Welcome, my friends. Okay, we are Wednesday. It's 10 a.m. and we are live streaming today. And we are doing my beauty routines today. I am microneedling my scalp for denser, thicker hair. If you've been with me for a while, you know that I had the experience of telogen effluvium about 18 months ago, and I had a ton of shedding in my scalp, and it was like really distressing to me. And so if you've been on a GLP-1 and you had the massive hair shed, I hope that I'm here to share with you that like what I've done to improve it and make it come back. And it's getting so much denser, so much better. And one of the reasons is because I use a lot of biostimulators in my scalp when I microneedle it. So, I know a lot of people like use rosemary oil and all these like rosemary products and hair toners and things to grow their hair density. But honestly, if you're not causing the trauma to the scalp to really build up the collagen and bring in those fibroblasts and the elastin, then you're not really going to get the real impact that you want. Like hair vitamins, all those things are great, but really you need to get down and dirty if you want like thicker, stronger hair and to make a real impact. And so that's the reason I microneedle or microchannel my scalp. This is my Dr. Pen M8S. I have all the Dr. Pens. I've used them all, and I don't have an issue with any of them. I just usually pull from the M8S because it's readily available for you guys. And on my website, we link to a vendor who sells this at a really great price, and you can constantly get them from him. And then the one that I'm going to be using today is my Channel Pro pen. You would have seen me last week if you were here microneedling stretch marks with this. So it's a little bit different than the Dr. Pen because its tip is not adjustable the way the Dr. Pen is in depth. Instead, you pick the cartridge depth you want and you're getting an impact plus the needle stab. Okay, so today I'm going to be using a 0.5 millimeter depth cartridge. It's an 82 pin cartridge, and we're just going to stamp out my scalp and we're going to infuse it with the Mayster PLLA. And I'm going to show you guys how to put this together. Now, it takes a minute for the PLLA to dissolve in the liquid. So I think we'll start by putting this together. That way when we get to the section where we're microneedling, it's ready to go. We don't have to wait. But before then, or after we do this, we're gonna do skincare. If you guys remember, I had the TCA peel going on last week. We are completely peeled off. I just have like a little scab right here on my nose, but besides that, it's completely shed off and clear. And that video is coming to YouTube next week on Thursday. So I hope that 30% TCA peel really gives you guys some insight on what you can do at home to take off the sun that you probably collected this summer. And of course, in the live chat, we have help to help you understand what I'm talking about, where the links are. I believe Melissa's already pinned the blog to the top of the YouTube chat. We can't do the same thing on TikTok. That's the reason I explained to you guys, if you want the link easily found, come to the YouTube side, which is Spa and Tell, where I'm live streaming right now in wide format. But if you love TikTok, stay here, of course. And if you want to get to my website, it's naturalchaos.com. You can go there. You can look at the most recent blog. It's covering this live, and it has all the links and promo codes available. Alrighty. And then on TikTok, I have the products tagged. I feel like sometimes it's confusing to me. Okay. Oh, this is probably what I'm supposed to be doing. All right. So like I just pinned, I guess. Okay, now I'm kind of understanding how this works. So I pinned the M8S there so you guys can see. The Channel Pro pen is not available here on TikTok, but it is available on the naturalchaos.com blog that's associated with this live. So hopefully that gives you guys a lot of insight, housekeeping. So let's put our Mayster PLLA together. Again, PLLA, you may have heard of it as Sculptra. This is a smaller molecular weight than Sculptra is, because some people will get concerned about Sculptra because you need to do the massage. We are just infusing this into my scalp microchanneling, so I'm not concerned about granulomas. And honestly, I mean, if I did give myself a granuloma issue in my scalp, I'm not going to even notice it. Very different than your face, but I have injected Mayster PLLA into my face, and it spreads really nicely to encourage collagen production over time. So you don't need to worry about like granulomas or anything like that that sometimes you might hear about with Sculptra. With that in mind, Sculptra, because it has a bigger particle, does build collagen faster. So it's a trade-off, right? But the more sessions you do with Mayster PLLA, the more impact you're going to have, and we will get going and putting them together. So the way Mayster PLLA comes, it comes in a box like this, and it has the liquid, and then you can see it's got like these, they almost look like cotton balls inside, and we're going to dissolve them with the liquid. So I'm going to pop the cap off, pull out the plug, and then this is our liquid. So what you want to do is you want to pour the liquid over the little the cotton balls, and that will be an easier way. You wouldn't be able to get the cotton balls into the liquid the other way around. So okay. And if you guys follow me on Instagram and saw that I did the switch this week, I've had a lot of issues with my Natural Chaos Instagram account, so I'm building on the Spa and Tell Instagram account now. I still have the Natural Chaos account up, and I will cross promote and do some like vanilla skincare reels there every week. But besides that, like Spa and Tell Instagram is going to be where I'm more active these days. And hopefully we get some resolution with Meta, because it's crazy. And then here on TikTok, just so you know, make sure to follow me as many places as you can, because this account is also on the verge of being deleted because I have a big ban warning on my account now. So I don't know if they'll ever fix that either. Okay, so all you do is pour the liquid into what look like cotton balls, but they're not. They're just like the powder of the PLA. And then you just kind of rotate it, and we'll just put it down, and it's going to dissolve while we do skincare. Okay, got my towel here. I'm just going to check on the chat really quick on YouTube and welcome everyone. Hey, Jenny May, Edward, Melissa, how are you guys doing? Oh, my skin looks amazing, Edward. Thank you so much. Jenny May says, so fun to see everyone doing all types of peels. Yes, it is peel season. We are past Labor Day now. We're getting into the fall, and as the sun gets cooler and sets lower, we're ready to take the summer off of our faces for sure. Okay. We are going to start with this green tea pure peeling gel. I really like things like this, especially after I just did a peel, because it's super gentle, and I'll show you. I used this last week. This one is not on TikTok, so if you're interested in that one, you'll have to go to the blog to see it. And thank you guys so much for following. Welcome to my TikTok side. Okay. So you just put this on your face, and it's super smooth. It doesn't have any grit. It's not like some of the more aggressive ones you might find that have like sand, or, I mean, the apricot scrub that just tears at your skin. This is just like this smooth material that kind of just balls up on your face, and you can just rub it around, and it feels nice. You don't have to worry about it scratching your skin, breaking any capillaries, irritating your skin. It's so nice. And it's only like, I think like $17 on Amazon, so it's a nice product. It's from Korea. It's not overpriced as usual. That's why I love Korean products, be it like drugstore or professional grade. They're just a much better price point for us. And we want to take care of our skin, and we want to use things that work. And it's kind of frustrating how expensive a lot of skincare products have gotten inside the United States. I mean, it's insane to me that people are buying vitamin C serums and oils that are like $100 or more. Like, it doesn't make any sense, because vitamin C goes bad so fast. So if you don't use it up in the first 30 days, it's not as effective as when you first opened it. So it's crazy to me that people will spend so much money on their vitamin C's, and I know they're not using them up in 30 days, and then the efficacy is just gone. Which is why, I know I don't have them out here, but it's why I love the capsulized vitamin C's, like the rapid toners from Neutrogena. You pop those little bad boys open, and you know that you're getting effective vitamin C every time, and it doesn't oxidize. So those are great ways to use actives like vitamin C, but If you're buying vitamin C in a serum dropper, guys, it's just not going to be effective for you. I'm making a huge mess on my towel. Thanks for the follow. Welcome to my Wednesday beauty lives. This is basically where I do scalp and skincare. I give myself facials every week. Sometimes we do body things, like last week I microneedled stretch marks. I just put out my calendar for this month on Instagram. So if you want to see the entire lineup for this month, you can go to Spa and Tell Instagram and check it out. I pinned it to the top of the profile. Maybe I'll do the same thing here on TikTok after this live. I'll pin it here too so you guys can see it. So isn't this fun? Like, you just, I mean, it makes a mess. It does. But if you're like over your sink, you know, you would just wash it down. But it's just like this really nice buffing ability to just like clean your skin, smooth it out. Okay. I have like so much debris. 1 second. Let me dump it in my trash. And how is everything sounding and looking for everyone? Is it working really well? I hope so. Okay. I think I got it up my nose. We're just going to use my wet sponges that I use during these lives to just quickly take any of the residue off. It's super hydrating. But we want to use some products, and we don't want this to create a film that would prevent them from getting into our skin. Because I do have some new things from Prequel that I have not used before. And, you know, Prequel is on Amazon or on TikTok, but I'm not sure if I was able to tag them this morning. I put them in, oh, there they are. Okay. So, let's see, is that one there? Okay, so you can see that I have this one that I'm going to be using. It's a formulated lightweight moisturizer. But before that one, there's like another one. I don't know if it's here. I did add it. I added it to the, like, I was able to do a, like a collection, and I did title it for this live. So if you go to that collection, which I'm not really sure all the inner workings of navigating TikTok, but if you go to that collection, you'll see it. So here's Prequel. They did send these products. So this is a multi-acid milk peel. So it's 15% glycolic. It's got phytic, malic, mandelic, lactic acids, enzymes, and squalene. So the squalene is really going to hydrate and keep your skin like smooth and glowy. And then this is the milky half, they call it half and half, like cream. So it's peptides and ceramides to like protect your skin barrier. So I thought these would be really nice to use today. So let's start with the glycolic toner. And it's really milky itself. I don't know if you can see that, but we'll just rub this on our face. Sounds good? Okay, you guys are awesome. Thank you. These platforms are tough. You have to be tough to make it here. The minute you step out of line, I know, you're done for. Well, they still push OnlyFans people, right? I mean, it's the biggest joke, but it is the world we live in. I'm the dangerous one. Okay. So I just rubbed that extra on my skin because it seems like a good idea since it's supposed to help with refining skin tone and wrinkles. Makes sense to rub it on our arms too. And I'm just going to use my fan really quick to just like let it dry in. You can see like the glow it already creates. And it feels so nice. It has a little bit of a tingle, but this isn't one that you would wipe off. This is definitely just a toner that you let infuse into your skin. Let it dry down. Thanks for the follow, you guys. Welcome to my beauty live. I do these every Wednesday on TikTok and YouTube. Okay, that feels dried down. Now, let's put on their ceramide half and half topper. Oh, I need to remove its plug. I was like, wait a minute, how thick is this? Good thing I have nails. Okay, so you just shake some into your hand. It's definitely thicker than the glycolic toner was. We'll just put this on. I also like their packaging. I really like these bottles. They're not glass. They're a nice plastic. Gosh, you guys, this feels so nice. So this is the one that's tagged on TikTok right now. And we'll just take the residue on top of our arms as well. If anybody has any questions for me while I'm doing this, please don't hesitate. I will try my best to see them and respond. And if you're on the YouTube side, then we do have people who can respond on my behalf who are helping. We might even have some people here on TikTok side too, because we always have such great community members who help me, which I'm always so grateful for. 1 second for YouTube. I'm gonna pull this out just a little bit. That way my head isn't out of frame. Okay. Okay. This does have a taste. I got it on my lips. That also dried down nicely. And then here's another viral product that I've been using. I'm sure you guys have seen this Regeron ampoule all over TikTok and Instagram. We will find it for you. Oh, I'm tagging the wrong thing. Okay, so let's see. Here is this one. Okay, the one I tagged has 2 products in it. It's this and their toner. But we're not using their toner today because I wanted to use the Prequel ones. The Regeron is interesting the way it dispenses because it has this kind of like acts like a syringe where it sucks it up. This is not a syringe, it's not a needle, even though like sometimes I get afraid the bots are gonna think it is. So I'm just gonna shoot it into my hand. And this has PDRN in it. And it's just such a nice hydrator. It has a little bit of a different slip. It's kind of silky the way it feels on the skin. And we'll definitely put it on our arms as well because we want our arms to look as nice as our face. Okay, so this is how it's layering on. And really quick, before we move on, I'm just gonna use my Solo Wave. I'm gonna turn it on. And I'm just gonna use it really quickly to massage these products in, especially around my eyes. I don't feel puffy today, but it's nice to just hit it with some red light as it's absorbing in. The vibration and the warmth helps push it in deeper. I like this one because you can get really up into your nose crease and around your lips. I love this for traveling too. It's such a nice travel piece because it's just like this little LED stick you can take. The other thing that's a real benefit to an LED wand like this is how close it's on your skin, because LED light degrades by a 4 factor. So like if I was away from my face by like 1 centimeter, the way a lot of times masks and different kinds of lights are, then it's actually losing its efficacy by 4 times. So being able to put it like right on your skin, you're getting more of the LED light impact, which is supposed to help us grow collagen, soothe redness, basically just heal our skin. And the reason that works is because the red light impacts the mitochondria in the cell, and it's supposed to improve ATP and cellular function, and that's basically the theory behind LED, which has been proven. I'm not saying it's just a theory, but it's the concept of it. So the closer you can get it to your skin, the better. That's the reason I really like my Lumara LED mask, because I can really strap it down tight and get it like really pressed against my face. And I wear that at night while I'm like getting ready for bed, and I run a 20-minute session. Okay. So that one's done. And this one I did have also, so it's in there somewhere. I don't know if you guys, tell me if you're able to look at the other products or if I have to keep pinning them. I'm not sure. Sweet Dream says, Dr. Penn, when you use it, if you have to stay home, or can you go out after? Oh yeah, you can go out after. You're gonna look sunburned, but you can put on sunscreen. I have my visors that I wear. Like, I like to put on a solar shield on days that I do microneedling or some kind of face treatment like a TCA peel or something like that. I will use my, I look like an astronaut walking around, but I don't care. In fact, people ask me, they're always like, where did you get that? I'm like, well, I got it on Amazon, of course. Okay, so we've kind of done our face really quickly, but I have this new PDRN dressing hydrogel mask, and I haven't used it before, so I'm excited to try it out with you guys today. We'll see how this guy works. And I love multitasking my skincare. If you've been with me for a while, you know that I multitask as many things as I can. So let's get this guy out. We're just layering on all the PDRNs we can. PDRN comes from salmon DNA, and it's very similar, like 99% similar to our own DNA, which is why it helps our skin so much in healing. Okay, this mask was not built for my face, but we'll make it work. Oh, okay. So you guys can open and view all the products I'm discussing on TikTok. Great. Thank you guys. Thanks for letting me know. It's so hard for me to know on this end what it's looking like for you guys. Okay, now, hopefully this stays up. Sometimes with these masks, it's hard to keep them on, and it might slip. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my silicone mask that covers this, that will help lock it in. I love these things. I think we've sold them out many, many times on Amazon, because what this does is it allows you to keep your mask sealed on your face, especially for me when I'm like upright moving around. But the other benefit to it is that it allows you to hydrate your skin longer, because the environment dries out these masks. You don't, like with these ones, it's fine for it to dry down, but with like other like sheet mask paper ones, you don't want those to get crispy. You want them to stay nice and hydrating. So when you put a cover sheet like this over it, that elongates the amount of time you can marinate in your mask, which is nice. And this is going to be kind of annoying for you guys as it slips around my mouth, but hopefully we can keep it on. Okay. Now let's microneedle our skin, or our scalp. Do you guys, I wanted to just like cover more things really quickly. Now, I did pull out my BioDance mask. These ones I've been sleeping in. So if you've ever watched me like do a vlog reel and I'm like peeling off my mask in the morning, it's the BioDance Deep Collagen Mask. You put this on, it's opaque, and then while you sleep in it, it goes clear, and in the morning you just peel it off and your skin is so glowy. And I go to the gym, like I get up at 4:30 in the morning to go to the gym, and my skin is so glowy and dewy when I walk on the gym floor. It's like the best like hack to just like get yourself out of the house quickly looking beautiful. I love it. So I love these masks, and I've seen them at Costco too in a big box. So if you're like a Costco shopper, I've seen the big box of them at Costco right now too. We might have to fight with this for a long time. Sorry about that. Okay, let's first start by cleaning our scalp. So one of the things I do to my scalp before I microchannel or microneedle it is that I use my high frequency wand to increase blood supply to my scalp, because what it does is it basically sends an electric current that tickles your scalp. Okay, we're just gonna have to put that down there because that's gonna be annoying. And brings blood circulation around, but it also cleans your scalp because it has ozone in it, and so it disinfects your scalp. That's the reason people use it for acne, because it's really good at killing P bacteria that's found in acne cysts. And my son, he's been using it, and like, because he has a lot of breakouts, and it has vastly improved his skin. He uses it on his back too because he's gotten a lot of back acne, and hopefully he never sees this, so he doesn't know that I'm sharing this, but it's really, really improved his situation, and I'm so happy because I was like aching for him. And so here is the wand, and I usually use it with my hair comb. But you know, these have different prongs on them. And I'll pin to the one that I have going right now. Okay. So I keep it right above my scalp. Like if you put it on it, you don't get as much stimulation as if it's being able to arc right above it. So it's like 1 centimeter above my scalp. And I just run it through my hair. And I hope you guys can see how much my hair has improved over the last year as I tackled the hair shed that I had. I felt like I lost like, I don't know, 30%, 40% of my hair. It was just really, really hard for me because I've always had really long, thick hair. And that's one of the reasons I love doing these lives, because it makes me do these treatments for myself. I know that I'm going to do this every week with you guys. And if you need a way to stay consistent, I hope when you watch these, you get out your tools and you join me, because this is your time. You might as well multitask with me. And if you're afraid, does it hurt? No, it doesn't hurt, you guys. It just tingles, and you can turn down the amount it tingles if it like scares you, but you can always like test it on your hand. Like you could feel it arcing on your hand. I promise you it doesn't hurt. It feels good. Maybe I've just like built up over the years because I've used it for so long. But I don't think it hurts. I think it just is like a little tickle stimulation. Hey Debbie, how are you guys? Hey Kim. Oh, Kim says my arms and shoulders are looking great. Thank you. It's really my butt I've been working on though. My shoulders and arms I feel like are mostly from yoga, but it's my backside that at the gym when I go early, I've been really focused on, like just isolating it, doing a ton of hip thrusters, a ton of like cable kickbacks. I just do it 3 times a week. I keep it simple. I do like the same 4 exercises, 4 sets. And the LA Booty Builder tells me that if I just stick to that routine, I'm going to gain a nice pop-in peach without increasing my thighs, because nobody wants thick thighs. I mean, I don't. I'm 5'2". A lot of people wonder how tall I am. The only reason I look maybe taller than you might think is because my thighs are thin. But if they got more like tree trunks, I would look shorter. So I always am like focused on keeping my thighs looking thin, but I want a nice booty pop, so we're working on it. And because I get asked this all the time too, I'm 43 years old and I've had 4 kids, and I've shared everything I've done to like get the figure that I've wanted, and I'm really happy with it. And if I can get there, you guys can too, because I don't have amazing genetics. I just have discipline and focus, and then I resort to things that I know are going to help me. I have a lot of recession right here, so I'm always working on this area too, and we'll microneedle that really well today too. Okay. So we've stimulated our scalp. The blood supply has moved up around our follicles. So now when we microchannel it, there's going to be more blood flow, which is going to help with bringing in the oxygen that's going to help make our hair stronger. Because when you have your hair follicle down in the scalp and it's being created, like a new follicle, for instance, the more stimulation, the more oxygen, the more blood you can get to it, the stronger that little follicle is going to be. And by infusing the Mayster PLLA or PLLA, polylactic acid or polyl-lactic acid, it helps build a stronger matrix around that cuticle. So as we get older, we have a lot of shed, the hairs are falling out. That's because the matrix in your scalp is getting looser around the follicle, so you're losing more hair. So by using a product like PLLA and stamping it in, getting it deep in there, you're going to build a stronger matrix, because the elastin and collagen start to build from that trauma. The controlled trauma is what we want. Okay, so we've completely dissolved. I'll show TikTok first. So our liquid and the PLLA powder has combined together. In TikTok or in YouTube, you can see it as well. Okay. So we just let it sit there for, 30 minutes? It's ready to go. Because I'm going to be placing it in my scalp and then stamping it with my pen, I'm using a syringe, but a needleless one, to suck up the product we're going to use. So I'm just taking off the needle. We don't need it. And I'm just using this as a hub for dispensing the product around my scalp as we microchannel it in, okay? Okay, and then this is what it looks like in the needleless syringe. And this is a 5 ml vial, so I sucked up 2.5 mils, and I will place it around my scalp. And I brought out a brush. So we'll comb through our hair. And we'll just start separating it out. Thanks, Kim. She says I'm killing it. You guys are awesome. Okay. By the way, I'm having lunch with Joe today, who owns Beauty from Korea. He's bringing me some new products, so I'm excited to try those. I need a clip just to help me keep my hair separated. So we'll start over here. I really focus on the areas where I have this recession because I don't want it. So we'll keep this hair over here, and then we'll treat this area first. And then this is my 0.5 millimeter depth flower pen cartridge that goes on my Channel Pro pen. these cartridge caps are actually really hard for me to get off sometimes. I don't want to use my teeth. Hopefully my nails can do it. Let's see if I can like get more of a hold on it with it. Okay, there we go. So I know these are really fine needles and it might be hard for you to see, but there's 82 of them and they're all 0.5 in depth. And then the Channel Pro pen has 2 speeds on it. That's the first speed. And then that's the second speed. And we'll use the first speed to microchannel. I'm just going to turn it off for a minute, and then I'm going to apply this Mayster PLLA along my line here. I'm just going to rub it in. Okay. I'm going to turn my pen on. And now we're going to start stamping. I'm just going to bring my mirror closer. Okay, here we go. And you can see how big the head is, so we get lots of area covered. I really like stamping for the scalp because whether I'm using a doctor pen or this pen, I like stamping because I don't want to tear or tangle up my hair. How's the connection for you guys on TikTok? I just saw like unstable connection, but I think it looks fine to me. Let me know in the chat. It's good? Okay, thanks Hollies, rocks. I appreciate it. Oh, let me unpin that one because I'm not using it anymore. And I will pin the doctor pen that I use, because this one's not available on TikTok, but I do have the Dr. Pen M8S here. I love this guy. Such a workhorse, great for at-home microneedling, scalp, stretch marks, face, of course, neck, décolleté. If you have skin, it can definitely improve it. So when I hit down, I just give it like a second to make sure that it's getting a good impact. The hit plus the prick is causing a lot of trauma, and that's what we want, because we want the body reacting and responding so it heals it. And for the scalp, I think the 0.5 millimeter depth is great. 1 millimeter depth would be too deep. Like, it would be very uncomfortable for you because you don't have a lot of skin thickness right there. You know, you're hitting onto your skull. So I think the 0.5 depth, whether you're using a doctor pen or this, or fixed cartridge, is like the right depth. And though you can see the impact it's making in YouTube, you guys can see it, right? Okay, so I'm just going to take a little bit more of that Mayster PLA now that the skin is opened up. And I'm just going to use my finger to gently massage it in to all those microchannels we just created. Because you have a skin barrier for a reason. And that's the reason microneedling is so important. Because you can have all these products, but really they're not getting into your skin because it's protecting itself. So let's go down here a little bit. I just love how big this cartridge is. It just helps me really cover areas fast. And it's such a great impact. Sometimes I'm asked, is my scalp sore after this? It will be a little tender, but I mean, I'm going to go to lunch today. I'm going to run it. I'm actually going to the dermatologist too. I have a full day today. So we're doing this, I'm running to lunch, meeting with Joe. Then I'm going to the dermatologist for them to just like do my annual check. Because I do try to do that kind of stuff. This whole week is like Kim's like checkup. I had my pap smear yesterday. So if you haven't done your pap this year, get on it. Mine did come back irregular, so it was good that I'm on top of it. Okay, let's just turn that off for a minute while we take our Mayster and infuse it in here. I also washed my hair last night and like scrubbed it really good to make sure that my scalp was ready for this. So there is some prep in it. You want to make sure that you're doing this with clean scalp, clean hair. You don't want to be like punching in bacteria, which is also why I always use my high frequency wand before I do this, just to ensure that I'm not going to give myself any infection while I'm opening up my skin. We want to be as careful as possible when we're doing at-home treatments. But as you guys know, the hospital is full of germs, med spas are full of germs. You just create a safe space for yourself. You're going to be cleaner at home than you are when you go to these places, because everyone's going to those places, so they're spreading germs that you're never even usually coming across, right? So that's the reason I also feel safer in my own home, knowing that my cartridges are always sanitized because I open up a new one each time. You don't save cartridges, these are disposable. I always know my products are good, and I take precaution to make sure that my skin is clean before I start opening it up. Okay, so this side is done. We've done a nice job of puncturing all of this scalp in the area that, oh, thank you so much for the gift. That was so kind. I was asked, how do you clean your head before, like skin wipes? No, I just showed. So I, number one, wash and dry my hair thoroughly. And then I use my high frequency wand to kill any pee bacteria that could be in my skin, because it creates ozone. So it's really good at sanitizing the scalp and the face when you run it across it. But good question. Okay. Yeah, it'd be impossible to alcohol swab my scalp. Okay, wait. Now we're tangled. Let's see. We're trapped in the claw. Okay. So, I'm going to want to do a treatment down like my crown area, the center of my scalp. So we'll pull this hair to the side. Pull this hair to the side, and I'm going to stamp in this area now. And we'll put down some more PLLA product. Okay. I'm also getting my hair done on Friday. I'm super excited about it. I'm going to go darker, you guys. I got lots of comments last year when my hair grew out a lot because I wasn't doing anything to it because I was trying to baby it and just get the hair follicles to start growing again. So I'm stamping right here at my front because obviously we want as many hair follicles growing here as possible. By improving the extracellular matrix in your scalp, that's going to be what's going to anchor these hair follicles in, and you're going to have less shedding. And PLLA boosts that extracellular matrix, which is why I love using it for these kinds of things. Oh my gosh, thank you so much, Caroline, for sharing my live. That's so kind of you. You guys are so nice when you do things like that for me. You have no idea, because my content gets very suppressed because I'm so open and transparent, and the powers that be do not like it, as I found out. They just want everything to be fake and not real and full of OnlyFans. And I'm literally always fully transparent, honest, real. I show up with no makeup on. I show up raw because that's how you see real stuff. Yes, Just Jonah says all the capitalism in Big Pharma. Oh, they're coming after me for sharing about peptides, you guys. Like, I don't even know if I'm allowed to say the P word anymore. It's just ridiculous. They tell me that I'm selling illegal drugs. Peptides are not illegal drugs. They fall under the umbrella of supplements and vitamins. They are not regulated by the FDA. Now, if the FDA wants to change that, they can, and they can make it a drug. And then, but I mean, I don't sell them anyways. I just share my experience of using them. But they tell me I'm selling them, and I'm like, no, I'm not. And like, I don't stock anything. I don't ship anything. I don't have a checkout. The only thing that we sell is my app. That's the only thing. And by the way, if you want the real deal in DIY skincare and you want to see the stuff that I can't ever share publicly and that my skin squad shares, we have 3 to 4 lives every week inside the app doing professional skincare and sharing with you where to source everything we use. And you know, you can do your own toxin for under $1 a unit versus the crazy $15 a unit that we're charged inside the United States. And it shouldn't be wrong for me to share that. Okay, so we got a nice opening in our scalp there. You guys can see that. Thank you guys for the follows. Jenny May says, yes, those places are actually filthy. Oh yeah, talking about the med spas. Yeah. Oh, sorry guys. My face is falling apart. I'm falling apart here. Okay. All right, so we've got some nice microchanneling. You can see the little, I don't even think I'm allowed to say the B word. B-L-O-O-D pricks. That's great. We want to see that. Don't freak out. You're fine. That's what you want. You want that trauma. You want that happening. And then this product gets in deeper and goes to work. See, you can see the recession on this side, so we'll work on it. And by me showing up every Wednesday doing this, you'll see the transitions, right? Like, I'm always being honest and real. Like, there are so many ways that I know people fake before and afters. Like, I can tell you different ways that I could fake a before and after. And I think it's gross. I think people should just show up and be honest and real, but it's okay, I guess, for some people to be that way. Okay, let's put down some more of our serum. Let's going to help build a stronger scalp matrix that will help lock in our little hairs. So you can see, actually, I'll show you guys. You can see all the little baby hairs that I have growing here. It used to be so much worse, deep, and now I have like hairs that are coming back to life here. Hopefully you guys can kind of see that on YouTube. I know it's like tiny, and I'm getting gray hairs, so a lot of them are like hard to see. But I'm gonna do a dark hair thing on Friday. My plan is to like balayage it, put in darker, just have a little bit of highlight. But I think that'll make my hair feel thicker, healthier, shinier. So I'm really excited about that. And it's been a long time since I've been darker. So we'll see. So I like just stamping here at the front of my crown. You can also do this for your eyebrows, by the way. You can use the Dr. pen to micro needle your eyebrows to help improve density there. You can't wait for the transformation. Oh my gosh, thank you so much, Debbie. Oh, what's tonight's live? I know I just did the calendar, but Debbie was live last night. Who's live tonight in the app, and what are they doing? I can't remember off the top of my head. I should have printed the calendar I made this morning for you guys. Where do you get your head? Let's see. April asked, where did you get the head you are using right now? I've never seen that one. Yeah, so this is a professional micro channeling pen. It's called the Channel Pro, and our vendor Beauty from Korea sells them. I was certified on this pen in Vegas a few years ago, so I am certified. In case anybody wants to say that I'm doing something wrong, I'm not. But I get a lot of people always coming here wanting to like pick at me, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, please. But so this is found if you go to the naturalchaos.com website and you go to today's blog that's up. It will have it linked, and we have promo codes for Beauty from Korea. And inside our app, Joe offers, I believe, refurbished pens, right, at a better discount for people, because these are pricey. It is a professional grade pen. And these tips are really awesome because you can see how much area I'm able to cover as I do this. So now we'll just lay down more of our PLLA. And if you're just joining me, I'm micro-channeling my scalp for denser, healthier hair, longer hair that doesn't fall out, because I'm building up my scalp matrix. And if you're not familiar with PLLA, you might be familiar with Sculptra. PLLA is what Sculptra is. This is a little bit smaller molecule than the molecule of Sculptra, which is larger. And that largeness of that molecule will grow collagen faster. But I love being able to use the Mayster PLLA around my face, in my scalp. And it takes time, because it's just like the gem or anything else you do. It's not a one and done thing. This is not filler, and this is not Botox, or toxin. I'm not allowed to say the B word. This is biostimulating. So you have to do sessions with this. And that's the reason I like doing these things at home, because if you go and try to do this in a med spa, you're going to be charged thousands of dollars to get the amount of sessions you need in order to see improvement. It's not a one and done thing. And that's the reason I just do not understand microneedling in office, when you can do it so easily and affordably at home yourself, and do it on your own time frame, so you're not like stressed about making appointments. Then your kids get sick, or you're behind at work and you're just like, I can't go to that appointment. Like, you can do it yourself in the comfort of your own home. And that just makes so much more sense to me. Hey, you guys. Oh, thank you so much. You just joined my fan club. I love it. You're so kind. Who was that? Danielle, Sweet Rays. How sweet of you. Thank you. Sorry if I missed other ones, you guys. Okay, so you can see that we got a great, the fan club's in my way, but you can see that I got a great infusion there. Oh, Kat must have just joined us, so she's missed the whole spiel, but she asked, why are you doing it on your head? To grow stronger, longer hair, because this is building up the strength of my scalp matrix to lock in hair follicles tighter so they don't just fall out. You need my arms, Jenny May. Go to hot yoga. Okay, so now we will just come down this area of our scalp. For here. We'll just tie this hair to the side. If you guys don't know, I live in Northern California and we were evacuated on Labor Day because of fire that was behind my house. It was crazy, but we're good. Nothing burnt. We're so grateful to CAL FIRE and to our local firemen for responding so incredibly fast. If you are a fireman or your husband's a fireman, just tell them thank you. They were really incredible, so fast. We had like 100 men out here, like almost 10 trucks, bunch of dozers, 100 airplane drops. It was just really amazing how fast they went to work because we are so dry. We live in a tinderbox here in Northern California. Even yesterday we had lightning strikes. It set off like 4 more huge fires. It's just really scary. And I'm just so grateful that people do work in the fire industry because they have to be so quick. They have to get into the most horrendous experiences and situations. And just so grateful. So we have the other half in here. So I'm going to suck up the rest of it. And we're going to drop this along here. And then we're going to finish with polishing up my face. And we'll just go back through our scalp really quickly and massage this in because we're done microchanneling now. And so this cartridge will go in the trash, okay? You don't save these. Number one, you don't save them because you're not gonna, yes, I realize that you could sanitize them in alcohol, you could put them in a UV light box, I understand that. But the needles, they burr, like they're not as sharp as when you first opened it up after stabbing your skin or your scalp a million times. So you don't wanna use burred needles when you're trying to puncture and create nice channels for your skin. So that's the reason you don't save them, besides the concern of sanitation. And that's also the reason I think the Dr. Pen M8S is such a good value, because if you can't afford a professional pen like this, you shouldn't worry. This is a great option. It's a great deal. I use this all the time. I'll use it, I think I'm using it next week in next week's live. I'll be doing stretch marks, I believe, again. I can't remember. I have a whole schedule. But I alternate between professional and more affordable at-home products because everybody has a different price point. And I just want to prove to you guys that you don't need to buy the most expensive thing to get the same impact and results. Like, there's nothing wrong with a great Dr. Pen. And the reason the Dr. Pen is great too is because you can get the cartridges. They're very affordable so that you're constantly changing them out and taking care of your skin in the best way possible. Because these cartridges are more expensive, obviously, and you know, you might like have like the propensity to want to save them, and then you're going to be using old bent bird needles, and it's just not a good idea. So always shop in your price point, and what I share with you are options that should be in your price point, whether you want to be more professional or you just are like, I just need a basic doctor pen that I can afford where I can get cartridges all the time, and they're both great and they both have their purpose. Okay, so I'm just massaging the Mayster PLA into my hair and scalp. I'm just looking at the chat. Let's see. Thanks, Jenny May. It's been so long since I have been in the app or skincare. Got to get back on my game. Yes, 3/4 time. Come back in. Join us. So on Monday, just so you guys know, and this is a reason to go download the Natural Chaos app, I will be doing a live session where I will be treating my face with 200 units of toxin. I'm using Dehan Tox. I've never used it before. I usually always use Inatox, but I will be using the Dehan Tox. So we'll see definitely how that works. And my face needs it. I've got, my frontalis is going crazy. I'll show you guys. But one of the reasons I haven't been toxing my face that much in the last 18 months is because I wanted this skin to, or the density of my muscle up here to build up because it had gotten really thin. And that can happen when you use a lot of toxin because it's paralyzing the muscle, right? And so by doing that, it's atrophying. And over time, you will get a really thinned out forehead if you tox too much. And so that's what happened to me. It got really thin. It kind of like, you could see like the squareness of the skull coming through, which is not an attractive feature. You know, that is what you look like when you're like 90, not when you're like in your 40s. And so I haven't placed very much tox in my face just to help that frontalis muscle come back to life. So look at the action I have right now. You can see I do not like have any toxin in my forehead, right? You can see that. Okay. So next week on Monday at 4 p.m. Pacific, when we do our lives in the app, I will be placing 200 units in my face and neck. So we're going to treat my platysmal bands as well. You can see they have no toxin in them either. And we're just going to treat my entire face. And I'm excited to share that with you guys. And it's definitely a reason to join the app. It's month to month. It's only $15. We don't make you do any contracts. I've always wanted things to be very easy and readily available to you guys. And that's how it used to be when we had the Facebook group. But, you know, the BBC had Facebook remove that group. So we built the app and now we're safe in there and we can do what we want and share the way we want. And that's the reason there is a price for the app. But like, we have an amazing skin squad that does lives every week for you guys in between the ones that I offer. And it's just where our community is. So when a lot of people are like, I was in the Facebook group, where did it go? It went to the Natural Chaos app, which you can download on Apple or Android. If you go to the Natural Chaos website, we have a page for joining the app. Okay. And then if you pay for a year, it's $120, so you give yourself a $30 savings. But my goal with the pricing of the app has always been to make it like, if you're going to spend 1 unit of like 1 unit of toxin in the US, it's $15 on average. And that's 1 month in the app, and you're going to be able to source toxins for under $1 a unit. So there's a huge value to it. And then our vendors give you guys incredible promo codes and special savings just found inside the app. And so, like, for instance, over Labor Day, there was a 30% off sale. People really stocked up, I'm sure, because that's the time our app members always look forward to those sales. Okay, so really quick, just looking at the front of my scalp, you guys can see that it is red with pinpoint pricks. Those are going to go away in the next couple of hours. And now we're just going to finish doing our face so that I can go to lunch in an hour. I really need to leave here in 30 minutes, so we got to wrap this up. Okay. We are going to be using the Tier vitamin C serum. This one is new, so I know that it's effective, but ever since I opened it up 2 days ago, one thing that I do on bottles like this is I will write the day that I open it up and the day that it's going to expire, which would be 30 days from the time of opening it, just so that I'm not putting on non-effective vitamin C, because we want it to be effective, or what's the point? Oh yes, thank you, Jenny May. Jenny May said, don't forget to hit the like button, and definitely the follow button for sure. Today on YouTube, what I did was I turned on this thing where you had to be following in order to make a comment. So hopefully that brought in some new friends for us. Again, just rubbing it on my arms. Who got to see the microneedling stretch marks live last week? I streamed it here. They don't get saved here, but they're always on the Spa and Tell YouTube channel. So if you ever want to go back and watch my Wednesday lives, all you have to do is go to Spa and Tell on YouTube, and besides produce videos, I have these lives saved there every week. Okay, we've got to sunscreen. Very important. I do like this Tier vitamin C, and I did tag it in the TikTok marketplace. It has this like really beautiful glow to it. It's not an oil, but it feels like it has a little bit of an oil in it. And by the way, vitamin C's that are put into oils do last longer because they don't go as bad as quickly, but it's definitely better to use vitamin C in the little capsules like the Neutrogena Rapid Tone. I think that's just a much better delivery system for efficacy. The YouTube channel is called Spa and Tell, like S-P-A and Tell, like show and tell, but Spa and Tell. And if you go to my profile, it's linked there. Okay, today I'm using the D'Alba SPF 50. This is the Waterfall Essence one. This one, I have the tone up one. I prefer this one to the tone up one. I think the Waterfall one is much better. The tone up one leaves you really white casty, and I know people don't like that. And this one goes on so nice. So we're gonna give ourselves a nice amount. We're not gonna be, you know, skimping on the amount of SPF we put on our face. I'm going to make sure that I get up in my hairline just to make sure that all that area is nicely covered. My ears. Again, we're seeing the dermatologist today. Want to make sure that we go in the best example of ourselves. Okay. Thank you, Georgina. That's so kind of you to send a gift. You guys are so sweet. Oh, and Jill is viewing a product. I feel like I'm learning TikTok better now. How is everybody doing on YouTube? Oh, okay, Jenny May says glass skin. I know. Isn't it looking so nice, you guys? I love peel weeks. I love getting that first TCA peel done. I can't wait to share the full video with you guys next week on YouTube. It'll be here on Thursday at 10 a.m. We'll do the launch like normal. Okay, so I have some makeup things. We're just gonna do a quick makeup run because then we have to get out, go see Joe. So I'm using just the Say, you know, it's like a slip tint. So it's not like a super strong foundation by any means. But we'll just rub this on. I don't like to like look like I'm wearing a ton of makeup. I just like to have my skin show through, but I like a polish on it for sure. And this Say Skin Slip definitely gives you that. It's just like a nice slip tint, as it's called. It's just a nice little tint. And this one does have an SPF also. It's a 35, but I don't trust products like this for my SPF. I always want a full coating of SPF, even if the foundation or the powder you're putting on says it has an SPF, because you just don't really know how thick you have to get those products in order to have the true coverage. So SPF with a full SPF first, then you can apply it. And great, it's a value add that it has more, but I don't trust my skin with the idea that it's really doing the 35% SPF, because I thin out so much of my makeup. I can't imagine that it's actually thick enough to have that protection, if that makes sense. I can't get it open as usual. I'm using the Say bronzer. It's a cream bronzer. Peels are the best, Melissa says. Yeah. Yeah, so Jenny Mae, when are you going to do your peel? I know I jumped the gun early because I wanted to produce the video for YouTube, so I did it earlier than most people will do it in real time. Okay, so I just got some of the Say bronzer on this brush. I'm just gonna pat it into my tall forehead just to give us some definition. I like to use things like this in my eye socket too. I want like just a quick polish up. I don't need to like chisel out my jawline, but if you wanted to, you just take it like under here and you could just bring it down your neck. Okay. So this is in light bronze, and it's definitely like a really light, you know, makeup, not too much. And then also I have the Westman Atelier cream blush. This is from their like travel set. So if you've ever wanted to try Westman Atelier, because it is expensive, you could always get their little trio travel set to try. And this is what that color looks like. Pretty. And I'll just take this brush and pick some up of it and then just put it on my cheeks. And we can take it across our nose to look a little fresher. Okay. And then, what else do we have? Okay, I have this Laneige setting powder. So I think it's pretty new. I can't remember where I saw it. I don't know if it was on Amazon or Sephora, but I decided to get it and try it. So it comes with a little puff. It's very Korean in the way that it's set up with, it's like a cushion, but this is a powder. So you kind of like have to hit against this thing because it's not like you're getting like a solid thing of powder, but then we can just like set this with this little powder guy, because I want to like set it to some extent, otherwise it's going to look slippery and it probably will like just melt off my face. Plus it's like 100 degrees outside. Okay, so that's set. Put that away. I'm just going to use the spoolie on this just to fluff up my eyebrows. I'm not going to put in any color. We don't need our eyebrows to be crazy today. And okay, let's just do some mascara. So this is the Blink tubing mascara that I'm sure you guys have used or seen. And it's really wet, so I always like really try to clean off the brush as much as possible. And then we'll just give ourselves some lashes so that our eyes look a little bit more open. Oh, okay. I'll show you what I do for that. I'm going to let it dry up there, and then I'll scratch it off in a minute, and it won't mess up anything. So, yeah. So then we got that, and then we'll do this side, and we'll try to not make a mess. I'm really horrible at mascara, if you can't tell. But the tubing mascara has been pretty fun. It's just the issue with it is it's so wet that I do make a mess sometimes using it. And then, and also because it's so wet, I feel like it's kind of weird in the tube when you go to screw it back on, because I guess that's how all mascaras are, but the product kind of gets in the way and makes it hard. Okay, let's just take, well, that's not right. Here, let's see. Okay, here's like just a spoolie. So I buy these in like a pack of 100 from Amazon, and I use them to just go through my lashes after I really do any mascara, but definitely the tubing mascara, because I feel like it helps elongate the fibers. But you have to move fast because the tubing mascara sets. So I gotta like separate them. And then probably that mess up on our eyelid is dry now. So I'll just, see, you just scratch it off. So you always let the mascara dry. Don't, because then you're going to smear it. Let it dry, and then you scratch it off. Okay. Last but not least, we're just going to set our face with the very viral D'Alba Truffle First Face Mist. The thing that's great about this, besides of how nice it is that this spray mist applicator that they chose is so nice. It's so fine. You can get like really close to your face, and it feels great. Okay. I am ready to go see Joe for lunch. Our scalp is done. Our face got a nice little skincare routine. And I don't know, do you guys have any questions before I wrap this up? Let me know. Remember that you can find me at naturalchaos.com. My YouTube channel is Spa and Tell, and our app is Natural Chaos, which is found on Apple and Android. So if you want to join the world's largest DIY community for taking care of yourself professionally at home, doing it yourself, finding the best deals on how to do it, then it's all inside my app. And then our blog is really extensive with links and products and what we use. So you can go check out both, and I'll see you guys very soon. Oh, thanks, Jenny Mae. She says it's beautiful. Thank you guys on TikTok. I hope you guys have a great rest of your Wednesday, and I'll see you guys next week when I come back to do another beauty live like this. Bye, guys. All right, you guys, thank you so much for coming. I love you guys so much. And next week's YouTube video will be the 30% TCA peel. So I'm excited to use that or share that with you guys. And then if you're in my app, I will see you on Monday for my 200 units of Dahan Talks, which I'm super excited to put together. Love you guys. I'll see you later.